Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something pretty intense. It's from a YouTube transcript titled A Terrifying True Story.
Yeah, this isn't like our usual sources, no articles, no studies. It's just one person's story, a really harrowing one.
Exactly. It's a first-person account, raw and, well, terrifying, like the title says. It describes a night that starts confusing and just spirals.
Right, so our goal here, our sort of mission for this deep dive, is to walk through this narrative step by step.
Yep.
Follow the events as the narrator lays them out.
Yeah, trying to understand how things escalated, how his fear and confusion built up.
And look at the really chilling conclusion he draws at the end of it all. It's quite something.
Okay, so let's set the scene. The narrator, he's a guy in his 30s. He's home alone with his son, who's 9.
Wife and daughter are away, visiting grandparents.
It's evening, maybe 6 p.m. He's knackered from work, settles down to read on his bed, and just nods off.
Falls fast asleep.
Yeah.
And the son. He's in his own room, door closed, watching TV. Seems totally normal, right?
Completely normal, quiet evening at home.
The picture of domestic safety, really. Which, of course, makes what happens next even more jarring.
So fast forward a bit, it's around 8:30 p.m. He suddenly wakes up, but it's not a noise that wakes him.
No, he says it's this just awful feeling. The sickening feeling of dread is how he puts it.
And his dog's still right there beside the bed, so nothing obvious like an intruder in the room has happened.
But that feeling, it's like a primal alarm bell going off, isn't it? Something is deeply wrong, even if you can't see it yet.
Exactly. He immediately senses the house is too quiet, gets up.
Finds the living room dark, checks his son's room.
Doors closed, room's dark and empty. His son's gone.
Oh, man.
His reaction is instant panic. He says he's stomping down the hall, yelling his name. Nothing.
It's just silence. Yeah.
He ends up in the kitchen, still dark, and that dread has just exploded into full-blown panic.
Yeah, you can absolutely understand that. A 9-year-old vanishing from inside the house in, a couple of hours? It's every parent's nightmare.
His world just narrows down to, where is he? What's happened?
Total tunnel vision.
So instinct takes over. He calls his wife, frantic, asking, is he with you? Is our son there?
And her response must have just crushed him.
He says his heart sank. She's confused, obviously. No, where is he? And he's just standing there in the dark, feeling like he's gonna, explode with pure fear.
Wow, that captures it, doesn't it? The isolation, the terror of the unknown.
But then suddenly, a thought hits him. His son's friend, Brandon. Maybe he went there.
Oh, okay. A possible explanation.
He manages to tell his wife he's calling Brandon's mom. Hangs up, dials immediately.
Yeah.
Brandon's mom answers. And yes, his son is there. Safe.
Oh, the relief. He must have nearly collapsed.
He says he cannot tell you how relieved he felt. Just this massive weight lifting.
I can only imagine.
He tells Brandon's mom, send him home now. He's in big trouble. And he mentions Brandon only lives 6 houses down. Not far.
But still, a 9-year-old leaving without permission at night.
Right. And this is key. Looking back, the narrator says he should have called the police right then and there.
Even though the son was found safe.
Yeah. Because something just didn't feel right. Even with the relief, that initial dread, the way he just vanished from the house, it left this lingering unease.
That intuition is telling him something's off. It's not just a kid sneaking out. There's more to it.
So, wife and daughter get home fast. Then the son walks in. And he seems completely unfazed, nothing happened.
Just strolls in. Okay, that's weird.
And this is where it gets really strange. The narrator confronts him. Why did you leave without asking?
And the son's answer.
The son just says, Dad, you said I could go. I asked you.
Why? No.
The narrator's totally bewildered. I was asleep. I never said that. But the son insists. He even adds details.
Details? Like what?
He says something like, yeah, when you were outside my bedroom door playing.
Playing.
The narrator says his confusion just flips instantly into sheer terror. He keeps saying, I was asleep on my bed. I wasn't playing outside your door.
This is the core of that first horror, isn't it? It's not just a miscommunication. The son is describing a specific event.
A really specific, creepy event. He says the dad knocked, said come in, and was giggling.
Giggling. Oh no, that's deeply unsettling.
The narrator is just trapped in this nightmare mix of confusion and fear. He looks at his son, terrified, and his son just looks back, genuinely confused by his dad's reaction.
So the dad's trying to make sense of it. Maybe he did do it. Sleepwalking. Extreme fatigue.
He considers it misunderstanding, maybe the son's lying, but none of it feels right. especially not the giggling part. That detail just hangs there.
It doesn't fit any logical explanation he can grasp.
So that profound uncertainty is just hanging heavy in the air. Later that night, everyone's in bed.
Okay.
Narrator and his wife are in their room. She's asleep. He's wide awake, probably still replaying everything in his head.
Can't blame him.
He's doing something he apparently does often, just looking out the big glass back door in their bedroom, looks out onto the backyard.
Just gazing out. Maybe trying to find some peace after the earlier chaos.
But instead of peace, he sees something that makes his blood run cold. Literally, he says his blood turned from a warm flow to an icy cold current.
What? What does he see?
There's a man, crouched down, underneath their trampoline in the backyard.
No.
And the man is staring directly back at him through the glass.
Oh my God. Direct eye contact. In his own backyard.
He says the man was perfectly still at first, like he didn't realize he'd been spotted, just crouched there, watching the house.
That stillness is terrifying. It's predatory, feeling watched through your most private space.
And then the man moves. Suddenly. Very quickly, the narrator says.
Where? Where does he go?
He darts from under the trampoline straight towards their daughter's bedroom window.
Towards the daughter's room.
Yeah. Which is just out of the narrator's line of sight from where he's standing.
Oh no, that's deliberate. That's targeted.
And almost instantly, the second the man disappears from view, he hears his daughter scream.
A real scream.
He emphasizes it wasn't just a little cry, it was bloody murder.
So the man reached her window, and she saw him.
Seems like it. The narrator reacts purely on instinct. He's out of bed and flying down the hall to her room in like under 3 seconds.
Adrenaline just takes over.
His son opens his door as he runs past. His wife is right behind him. He bursts into the daughter's room, flips the light on.
What does he see?
His daughter is sitting bolt upright in bed, screaming, but she's staring fixedly at her window.
And at the window is the man.
Yes, the man is right there, palms pressed flat against the glass, looking in.
Just looking.
No, he's laughing, hysterically laughing.
While pressed against a child's window. That's beyond terrifying. That's monstrous.
It adds this layer of just pure psychological horror. It's not just about breaking in, it's about terrorizing, enjoying the fear.
That laughter changes everything. It makes it personal, sadistic.
The family's response is pure survival mode now. Narrator gasps, grabs his daughter. All four of them bolt to the kitchen.
Right, get somewhere defensible, lock the doors.
He's scrambling for the house phone to call 911, drops it in panic, picks it up, finally dials with shaking hands.
And the man outside. The laughter.
He notes that right around then, the hysterical laughter just stops. Silence again, which is almost as scary.
Yeah, the sudden absence of that sound. What's he doing now?
They don't know. They're huddled in the dark kitchen. He and his wife have grabbed kitchen knives, just waiting, terrified, waiting for the police.
Those minutes must have felt like hours.
He actually mentions the police were surprisingly quick.
Yeah.
Very quickly, he says. They knock, he lets them in, quickly explains the horror show.
On the police search.
They search thoroughly, inside the house, all around the backyard.
Find anything. The man. Any sign of him.
Nothing. Zero. The man is just gone. Vanished into the night.
Wow. So the immediate physical threat is over, but the question.
Exactly. And this is where the narrator puts it all together. After talking to the police, replaying the night, he connects the man at the window.
To the son's story from earlier.
Yes. He realizes with dawning horror that the man laughing outside his daughter's window must be the same person who was somehow inside the house earlier.
While he was asleep.
The one who, his son swears, knocked on his door, said, "Come in," and giggled.
Oh, that is horrifying. It means the house wasn't just threatened from the outside, it was breached while he was vulnerable.
And the intruder didn't just sneak around, he interacted with his child, played some kind of twisted game.
Creating that confusion and terror hours before showing his face at the window, that's calculated.
And the source leaves it there, really. With these huge, terrifying unknowns, the narrator says point blank, no idea why this happened, who he was, or what happened to him.
Never caught, never seen again.
Never. Just vanished.
That lack of closure, it's brutal. Especially with something so violating, so personal involving a child. The why just hangs there unanswered.
It leaves the family just grappling with this inexplicable, terrifying event.
Did he mention anything they did afterwards? Any changes?
Just one specific thing. He says he bought a gun very shortly after it happened.
Yeah. An understandable response to feeling that utterly helpless, that unable to protect your family in your own home.
This whole account is just incredibly disturbing, isn't it? You've got the home invasion fear, which is bad enough.
But layered with this other thing, this almost supernatural element, or at least deeply weird psychological element, of the interaction with the son.
Right. The malevolent presence inside, playing games, sowing that confusion before the more direct terror later.
It hits all those primal fears, doesn't it? Violation of your safe space, danger to your kids, and maybe worst of all, things happening that just don't make logical sense. Events that leave you questioning reality itself.
It really does make you think, how do you process something like that? An event that feels impossible, leaves no physical trace, but completely shatters your sense of security, especially when it involves your children.
There are often no easy answers for that kind of trauma. It just lingers.
Well, that's a heavy note to end on, but that's the nature of this story. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into a truly chilling personal account. If you found this exploration compelling, maybe even unsettling, we'd really appreciate it if you'd like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Horror Docs. We dive into more stories like this.
Until next time, stay safe.